Good morning, Treadwell Middle School. Today we are doing our CFAs, so as such, I want to make sure that we are all on the same page regarding test times, make sure that we are assigning the accommodations we need to assign to make sure that we are doing this as close to 10 ready as possible. So, first couple things up. As you can see, my screen is already opened up to Formative. You can see on activities all the assessments that have to be provided. So going from here, let's go ahead and make sure we do class resync. So come over here to classes, okay? Up here at the top, create, hit the plus, and then go to roster resync, okay? Click roster sync and then sync your rosters with Clever, okay? Clever is where we're getting all our information at. And as you can see, I have to sign in. Now, these are all your classes, okay? Every single class will show up here, all right? So math teachers, you'll have all your math classes. Science teachers, all your science classes. They'll all be here. What you want to go through is you want to go back and double check that every single student has their box grade out, okay? If they're grayed out, then they're good to go. They're already in your class and they're already set up. Okay. The only thing is, if you come across somebody that needs to be dropped from your class, or B needs to be added, they'll show up as a white box. Okay. Then make sure you click it, choose import. All of it will be brought into your new class. Okay. Now for the activities. Okay. So as you can see, I've got all of them right here, but for the sake of argument, I have grade 8 science. I click on the assessment, takes me to this page. You're going to need to assign this test to your students. So how are we going to do that? Well, in the upper right hand side, you'll see the blue button that says the word assign. Click on assign. Once you do that, you choose the class or classes you want to assign this test to. You click on the class, and then you click on, before you assign, click adjust settings. Okay. The reason why we want to do this is because we want to make sure that we change some small little details. Okay. So, for example, we can sit here and we can do a schedule open and close time. Now, this is perfect for math since you have a non calculator and a calculator based section. You don't want both tests to show up at the same time. So you can sit there and choose to open one test at this time, and then the second test can open up while they're taking their first test. Or if you want to wait on everybody to be done at the exact same time, then open your second test. You could do that as well. All right. Now, you can sit there, along with that, you can also choose time limit. We want to make sure our kids are having the time constraints that they want to have or that they need to have. So, like if I want to have a test that's 45 minutes, I click 45 minutes, leave that box checked, and I'm good to go. You keep on scrolling. There are some things that we no longer have control of because this is a CFA and the administration has assigned this to us. But if you keep on going down, okay, do not click display each item as a separate page. Do not click display questions in random order. This is going to mess up the test because there are certain questions that rely on certain images that will show up on different pages if you're not careful. All right. For our math teachers, for the for the CFA that requires a calculator, you can click this, and then at the bottom you can choose scientific calculator. Okay. So the kids do not actually physically need a calculator in their hands. They just need to be able to have this button clicked, and then they can sit there and have the calculator available to them as they're taking that section of the test. All right. And then we can go ahead and put none, and we can go back and go ahead and turn learning tools off. Okay. Now, the other thing, okay, the accommodation section. This is available to all of us. We can sit here and make these accommodations for any kid that's in our class. You can click on this and you can see the accommodations that can all the students that'll pop up. So, like for example, I have DRE in my class. For her, I'd want to go in and I want to give a text to speech option. So she has the ability to be able to hear the test instead of just being able to see the test. Now, for those students who have that time and a half aspect, okay, this is where your time limit extension can be done. Time and a half is automatically clicked, okay? and it shows you how much additional time that they're going to get. All right. Now, normally on our tests, we'd have some sped kids that be able to have an answer choice reduction, but this is not what we're going to be able to do on our CFAs, and this is not what we're going to have an option for when 10 ready rolls around. So this one here, make sure it stays unclicked. Okay. Then I can sit there and update, and boom, as it comes up, Dare Funes Lopez gets text to speech. All right. So anybody that is in your classes that receives these accommodations, you can adjust them for each and individual student. Click text to speech again and update. Once you do this, once everything's squared away, you can click assign. Now, let's say you've clicked assign before you've got everything done. Okay. And it just all of a sudden clicks. Boom. Oh my gosh, I forgot something. Click on the arrow. Okay. You can still go back in. All right. You can still go back in, adjust your text to speech setups, set up all your accommodations. Now, let's say these are not what you're looking for. Okay. Well, go ahead and close out. Go back to the section that says responses. Okay, up here in the top side of each, well, right beside each class, you can click the drop down menu, and it'll sit there and say adjust settings. You can also click pause assignment and timer. All right, so if you want to give the kids the full amount of time and they got to go to the bathroom, this is an option that you can take. But this is going to be up to administration whether or not they want to allow us to use this aspect. Okay. Now, once we're done, once everybody's done with this section of the test, you can sit there and click close assignment. Boom, it's closed. Nobody's able to go back and access it. Okay. Now, now for the adjust settings section, there it is right there. You click on it, and then congratulations, you can go back in and adjust your settings like your time limit, schedule open and close times. Go back in and put your display questions in random order. I'm hoping that next year our wonderful administration will sit there and give us the hookup for the secure exam browser mode so we can ensure our kids can't go anywhere else but to formative. So they won't be available to go trying to cheat their way in by looking at other websites while we're not looking. So but for now, make sure you're monitoring, make sure you're paying attention to all your students. Don't give them the opportunity to be able to, be able to slip and slide into another page. All right. Make sure that we're paying attention to them. Make sure we're observing them. This is going to be 10 ready style. So that means we're going to be getting up out of our seats. We're going to be moving around. We're going to make sure all of our kids are exactly where they need to be at. Okay. Now, if any of this we've struggled on or we've made mistakes on, then what we need to do is you've got three teachers that I know of that are extremely proficient in this. Sixth grade, you have Sherrod downstairs. Okay. Seventh grade, you have Miss Fields at one end of the hallway and you have me at the other end of the hallway. Last but not least, eighth grade, I'm pretty sure I think Miss Moore's got a pretty good handle on this. Or you can sit there and have somebody come down and get me, and I can come up and I can help you out as well. Okay, so we have people in the building that'll be able to help us get everything squared away. Use us as your resources if you're struggling. Okay, all right. Thank you all so much, and good luck.